Right, hello. It's time for a new project in the garage. I wasn't going to film this originally. I've had this sort of on the go now here for a couple of weeks, and I've been doing a bit of background work. But yeah, I'm going to film it, film the whole sort of process. You'll know by the title that I'm now doing a day van, a sort of mini camper. I've got myself a Vivaro. I've been after a van for a while, and this one came up, and it was just the right van. So without further ado, I'll show you the van and show you the sort of little bits and bobs I've done to it. It's just prep work at the moment. It's been so cold, I haven't really been able to do much. It's been sub-zero temperatures here. As soon as you touch any metal, your hands go numb. It's just impossible. So I've been amassing kit, materials, etc. I've pretty much got everything I need now for the basics. So I'll show you it now. Right, there we go, Do Van. It is a 2005 short wheelbase, low roof Vivaro with a full roof rack, which I was umming and ahhing about, but I am going to keep it now because I've got plans for that. It's in pretty good nick, as you can see. There's a few panels missing, which I'm slowly sort of getting. I've given the cab a real deep clean, and it's come up pretty good. All the panels, it has been a worker, this. A guy, a landscaper had it. It's got the more desirable for day stroke camper van tailgate at the back, which gives you a nice bit of room underneath. So yeah, as you can see, it's pretty much a bare van at the moment. It was filled with a sort of, it was boarded out, and then they had fiberglassed over the board, so I had to cut all that out with an angle grinder. It was a pretty grim job. I've kept the roof, or the ceiling, it's all fiberglass, and it would be quite difficult to take out, and I wouldn't really gain anything, so that's almost certainly going to stay. But the rest of it I've ripped out, and I'm actually still in the process of ripping out. As you can see, literally everything was fiberglassed, you know, so it's cutting it and smashing it all out with chisels and angle grinders and all that. It's been a bit of a messy job, but it's pretty much there now. But yeah, like I say, a pretty tidy van. A few sort of bits and bobs around that I'm going to have to tidy up as I go. But like I say, it has been a work van. So there we go. That's the sort of introduction of it. And I'm just going to finish the prep work, give it a good clean down with some sugar soap, degrease it, just get it prepped, ready for some work. The weather's better now. It's sort of 12 degrees or something. It's been sub-zero for a while here, and it's just impossible to work. Like I say, it's too cold, and you can't start gluing carpet on in sub-zero. The glue will never set. It'll just be a nightmare. So I've had to be a bit patient with this. So yeah, I'll show you through the process. I'm going to have a theme with this as well. There's going to be quite a fun theme, so there should be some pretty quirky little bits and bobs that I do to it. But like I say, this will be another mini series of mine. So stick around for the ride, and I'll show you how I get on. Right, that is a full-on sugar soap clean. All the inside door panels off. Everything sugar soaked, and that is pretty much like new. So yeah, that was a big job. That wasn't a 10-minute clean, that was a 3-hour clean. But yeah, that's pretty much now as good as I'm ever going to get it, and that will give the insulation and everything else I put on it the best chance of adhesion. But that's pretty much me done for the day now. So I'm hoping tomorrow I'll get the floor down, insulation, floor, and then I'll leave it for a bit, and then there's going to be insulation on top of that, and then lino as a finished thing. So on the floor, cheap flexible insulation, bang. I'm not going to put down any strips of wood. It's going to be 15mm high grade ply straight onto this collapsible insulation. just because I've got loads of it in the insulation. And that'll be the floor. Then I'm going to put some better, harder insulation on top, and then lino. But hopefully you'll see the process of that tomorrow. So yeah, we'll take it from there. Right, very simple electrics in this. As you can see there, I've got a cable teed off. I'm not going initially for the leisure battery option here. I just don't think I need it. So that is a cable fused pretty much directly into the battery. The battery needs replacing on this, and I'm going to replace it with as higher capacity as I can get in there, which should give me what I need. But yeah, basically all I've done there is teed off that pretty high grade cable and ran it between these bumps. So I'll just board straight on top of that, making sure I don't screw through the cable. Nice and simple. Right, a bit more floor prep now. As you can see here, these holes are where the original floor was screwed in. The screws are rusty and that I just pulled the floor up, but they're sort of raised now. And this is going to be, I'm going to have some collapsible insulation here, bored straight on top of it. So these, I'm just going to have to level off with my countersink, just to tidy it up a bit and make sure it's totally flat. And then we're pretty much ready to go, flooring wise. Right, there you go. I've sunk down all those holes and I've just dabbed them up with some rust remedy. Right, I'm part way through boarding it now. I'm going to cut the board first just to get it ready cut, and then I don't have to muck around when I've got all the insulation down, disturbing it and pulling the board in and out to cut it. So I'm going to cut it ready, put it to one side, and then do the insulation and bits of the sort of corner side carpeting, just so the board will lay on top of it, hold it all down, and it'll work better that way. Right, that is one of two pieces cut. I've just drawn the lines on top, which is the top of the raised floor pieces, which is where I want to be screwing into. So I've just put those on there as guides, so I should always screw in the right place. And now it's just time to knock out the other board. I won't have to do this cutout. Obviously this will be tidied up, this, because it's a bit messy, so I'll tidy that up. That side I'm not going to cut out. The bed's going to be going all the way across there, so there's no need. Right, I have finished the other side and completely marked it out, but this side, I'll just show you this. What I'm doing is marking out exactly where I'm going to be drilling through. Like I say, this is coming off now, and then I'm going to put on some insulation. If you have a look, these things aren't all the way down, so I have to mark out exactly where I want to be drilling them. Some of them, especially around these bits, are around places. So I'm having to mark out exactly where my drill holes go, for this bit at least. So I'm just going to mark out the whole lot, make sure that they're in a suitable place, and then get rid of this. I doubt if I'm going to start doing the insulation today, because it's taken me quite a while to do that. I just do it slowly and carefully. I just want it to be bulletproof when I fit it up, when I do the insulation. I don't want to be mucking around with the jigsaw, doing sort of finishing work. So that's pretty much going to be me for the day now. I'm quite happy with that. I've got the bed down, or at least I've got it cut, ready to go down. So yeah, another productive day, I think. No, I'll show you the other bit later. It'll make more sense then. Right, day 3 tomorrow. Right, morning. Yeah, yet more prep. Although I'm nearly ready to put down the floor insulation, there's other bits of work to do. If you check this out, this is where one of the side steps went. It's obviously got water ingress into there. I had to drill out the I had to drill out the retaining screws, and it's just messy. So I'm going to get busy with my chisel. I'm going to clean all that up. I'm going to put some bitumen or something on it, maybe drill through as a drain hole, but just basically properly sort it out, clean up the step. I'll then carpet underneath, and again, this is all, I'll do that on both sides. It's all prep because I want everything totally sorted on the floor. When I put the floor down, it's just going to be a one-shot deal. It goes down, it stays down. So yeah, continuing the prep. Right, that's both sides of that sort of cleaned up now. I'm just going to wipe them down a bit. I'm not going to worry about removing all the old fiberglass, it's unnecessary. The fixing holes were sort of nuts encased in plastic, which just ripped out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fit in riv nuts with my riv nutter. Put in 3 of those. I'll have to over drill the holes on the pads a little bit, but they should be pretty bulletproof. So I'm just going to tidy that up a bit, let it dry out properly, and then give it a good coat of bitumen. Let it dry a little bit, stick carpet down on top just to cover that area, and when the board goes on top it'll make a nice and neat finish. So yeah, I shall be doing that now. Right, there you go. There's those threaded inserts, riv nuts I've put in. They're a really good bit of kit, those. I use them all the time. This door trim it suffered a bit at the bottom. I might just replace that. This stuff here, it's off the shelf stuff. Well, I can do that at any time, so that's not going to hamper the process. So yeah, I've been looking at this. I might give it a bit of cure rust before I bitumen it. Not that it's really that necessary, but yeah, I'm just going to crack on with tidying that up now. Right, good old bitumen underseal, which I use when I build my motorbikes. As an underseal, it's pretty much like putting a sort of paint on damp course down. It never really sets, but it doesn't matter with that. I'm just going to put a piece of carpet down and then chuck the rubber pad back over, screw it all down, and that will be the end of it. So good, another little job ticked off. Right, there you go. This is the lino I've gone for, this rather fetching metallic wood grain sort of thing. I got that roll there from B&M. I just quite like the look of it. So whilst the floor still isn't in the van, I'm going to bring it out here, use it as a template, and basically cut out the lino. I'll give it about 1 inch or so over all round, just so I can sort of tack it down or whatever, or cut it off, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so I'll do that now. Right, this is a bit of a quick job while I've got a spare 5 or 10 minutes. This stuff here is Dodo mat. It's a sound deadening mat. It's a bit like a sort of bitumen product with a foil on one side, self-adhesion on the other. As you can see, it's a sort of black bitumen. It's quite heavy, but you put that on panels. You can cover the whole panel with it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be insulating all the panels anyway, and it's a bit expensive. This stuff isn't that cheap, and to do the whole van will just be a you know, it's another coat of stuff to put on, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put it out on in sections. But yeah, it basically just where you've got a big flat piece of metal like that, it just deadens out the sound. You see it on the bottom of big sink units and stuff like that. It just stops the sort of beatiness, like a drum, of just a flat piece of metal like that. So yeah, I'm going to cut that up with my trusty scissors and put it onto those panels. I'll cut one of those sheets in half, put it on those, that bottom panel, and this side. I have got windows for the 2 sides. You know, those panels there are going to disappear and be replaced by a window. So I've got 6 sheets of that stuff, and I will use it up on the internal panels. Right, I didn't actually end up cutting that. I had 6 panels. I just stuck them straight on. Very simple, very satisfying little job. I might actually buy another pack of that and just cut them up and fit them in some of the more complex structures around the place, side doors, back door, etc. So it's a maybe, that one. We'll see how we get on. But yeah, I've got to crack on with this floor, so the work goes on. Right, there you go. That's just a little bit of carpet I've cut off, fitted over that bitumen and screwed down the floor plate. That's going to all be covered anyway. It's the other side that's going to be uncovered, but yeah, it looks a lot better, so I'm happy with that. Right, I'm starting to get the insulation down with this stuff. Spray contact adhesive, it's not the high temperature stuff, which is why I'm using that. I'm saving the high temperature stuff for the walls, because obviously this ain't going nowhere once the floor's down. So I've just got down one roll. It's very quick and easy. I've got loads of this stuff. So yeah, we're getting there now. I've finally started the floor insulation. Yeah, I'll have the deck down today. But it's just started raining here. It's a bit miserable, so I need to go to Screwfix and pick up some self-tapping stainless steel screws for the floor. So yeah, it's things are happening now. Right, I've had to take a bit of shelter because it started raining. However, I've got on and done it. There we go. It is now ready for the floor. So I'll put the floor in and that'll pretty much be me done for the day. What is it, 3:30? So yeah, I'll put the floor in, screw it down, and yeah, that's one big job out of the way, so I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, I will hopefully show you that in a second. Right, that is it all. Screwed down with stainless steel screws. Obviously drill driver. Nice and quick and easy. Right, it's getting on a bit now. I reckon that's about it for today and for this episode. So I think in the next episode I'm not entirely sure about carpeting the entire back, because it's going to be a bit of a job, but we'll see about that. But yeah, next time it'll be carrying on with the installation on the walls, carpeting, the door panels that I've taken off. I've got to carpet the ceiling. I've just got to do a load more work basically. So I'll see you in episode 2. Catch you later. Bye.